Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm here with another deck profile for you. You guys have been asking for it, and here it is. My Cyber Dragon Orcust deck profile. I'm going to be going over the main deck, the side, the extra deck, and the side. I was sticking to pure Cyber Dragons for a while, but I was having varying success, and I wanted to, try to take my deck to the next level, and I ended up with this. First disclaimer, this build is pure machines. There is nothing else, so I do not run Scrap Wyvern, but the deck still functions just fine. So let's get into it. First off, we've got 3 OG Cyber Dragons. We all know what he does, specialisms himself. And 3 Cyber Dragon cores. Core searches cyber spell or traps, and in the grave, you can banish him if your opponent has monsters you built, special summon any Cyber Dragon monster from the deck. 2 Cyber Dragon Hurts on special summon, makes himself a level 5. When sent to the graveyard from anywhere, you can search a Cyber Dragon from your deck, or any other Cyber Dragon monsters from your grave, because they're treated as Cyber Dragon monsters in grave. He actually combos pretty well with Platinum Gadget when you need to get that extra level 5. I played two Cyber Dragon Naxter. I was playing 3, but unfortunately I had to cut it to make room for other cards. Naxter synergizes really well with this deck because there's so many targets with 2100 attack or defense. Infinity, Nova, Cyber Dragon, Rampage, and of course Dingirsu. I played 2 Galaxy Soldier. Discard a light monster, special summon him in defense mode. Searches another Galaxy monster, so you can grab a copy of himself. Just another level 5 that can special summon itself to help you get into your Exceed plays. I've also used them as link material when you need to get that extra monster out. Alright, that's it for the light cards. On to the Orcust cards. I play 2 Orcust Symbol Skeleton. Orcust Symbol Skeleton, while it's in the graveyard, you can be banished to special summon an Orcust monster from grave. It allows you to reuse Galatea and Dingirsu as much as you want, as well as special summon out monsters when you need to get other link plays. I played 2 Orcust Nightmare. I was running this at 3, but again I had to cut it to make room for other cards, and you'll see why in a little bit. Orcust Nightmare is the bread and butter of the Orcust part of the deck. You can banish it from grave to target a monster, and then send any dark machine from your deck to the grave to have the monster you targeted gain 100 attack points times the level of the monster that you sent. It's great for getting any of your Orcust out of deck into the grave just to set up. It combos really well with just about everything. I've also used it as a quick effect with Orcust Babel to pump up my monster's attack one just to get over a problem with monsters. World Legacy Wonder Wand is next. I play 2 of them. This is a non-Orcust card, but it does combo with the Orcust cards. The easiest thing to do is to use Nightmare to send World Wand. So World Wand has 2 effects. You can special summon a World Legacy monster from your hand when it's sent to the grave. So if one of them gets stuck in your hand, you can send one, special summon the other one, and you can banish World Wand from your grave to special summon an Orcust monster from banish. So you could just send, banish, special summon, easy peasy. I play 1 Orcust Brass Bombard. While it's in your graveyard, you can banish it, special summon an Orcust monster from your hand. It's just another way to get these guys out of your hand. And the last monster I play are 2 Scrap Recyclers. Scrap Recycler is on normal special summon. Send any machine monster from deck to grave. It's the easiest way to get your Orcust cards out. Sometimes you need to get some of your Cyber Dragon cards out. You can actually send a Hurts, search Cyber Dragon, all that good stuff. It has another effect. We don't really use it for that. And that's it for my monster spells. I play 3 Machine Dupe. Target a monster with 500 attack points or less. Special summon up to 2 copies of it from the deck. Combo's really good with all the Cyber Dragons because they all treat as Cyber Dragons, so you can spit out 2 level 5s from the deck. Also, I know it's not an ideal situation, but you can do it. If for whatever reason you have Wand out or Nightmare, you can actually use Machine Dupe on either one to get another copy from the deck. It was really cool when I was playing 3 Nightmares, but I'm only playing 2, but even still I've done it to link into Galatea or to link into something else just to keep my combos going. We play 3 Cyber Emergency. Cyber Emergency specifically can search any light machine monster that cannot be normal summoned, or any Cyber Dragon monster. They threw that in there purely for Cyber Lieutenant, and we do have a Cyber Lieutenant in the side. So yeah, and then if your opponent happens to negate the activation, you can discard a card to add back to hand, and you can activate it again. It says you can only activate one per turn, but since the activation was negated, you can just play it again. I play 2 Call by the Grave. Hand traps suck. I play 2 Orchestrated Return. Send from hand or field. So you can use up Galatea to search it out, send the Galatea, draw 2, or send a Dingirsu, draw 2 after you've gotten use out of it just to set up your grave. It's a really, really useful card. It's extremely flexible, and I slept on this card hard. I was running it at 3, but again, I had to cut it to make room for other cards. I play 1 Orchestrated Babel. This card is so hard to get rid of. You can search it out of the deck with Galatea. If it dies, you can discard a card to add it back to hand. The only time I've ever had a problem with it is if it gets removed, but it is what it is. That happens. I play 1 Cyber Repair Plant. Repair Plant, as long as you have a Cyber Dragon in grave, searches any late machine. You can send a Cyber Dragon back to deck. If you have at least 3 Cyber Dragons in the grave, you can deactivate both effects. It helps you get Galaxy Soldier, it helps you get Cyber Eltanin, and just anything that's not an actual Cyber Dragon. I still play 1 Cyber Rev System, special summon any Cyber Dragon from hand or grave. Can't be destroyed by card effects. Great combo extender. Great to just make a comeback. And honestly, it's part of the big combo that I'm going to show at the end of the video. I play 1 Cyberlord Fusion. These are the reasons I took out Orchestrated Return and 1 Nightmare. I wanted to make room for Infinite Impermanence. Sorry, I should have mentioned we're onto the traps, but I only run a few. Infinite Impermanence is just too good of a card not to run. Negating monster effects is just amazing, especially if you have to go second. And the fact that it can also work as spell and trap negation is just, it's a solid card. I play 1 Orchestrated Crescendo. Crescendo, as long as you have an Orcust Link monster on the field, can negate a spell or trap. And if it's in the grave, you can banish it to search an Orcust monster from deck and add it. And then, of course, 2 Cybernetic Overflow. This trap card is bonkers. Its effect is you banish as many Cyber Dragons as you want from different levels from your hand, field, or grave, and you destroy that many cards on your opponent's board. Doesn't target. And then if they happen to destroy it, if anything destroys it, you can target it with Rampage and destroy it. You get to search a Cyber Spell or trap card from your deck and add it to your hand. And that's it for the main deck, guys. On to the extra. I play a pretty funny split of 5 Link Monsters, 5 Fusions, and 5 XYZs. So we're going to start with the Link Monsters. I play 1 Salamangreat Almirage. You pick a monster that was normal summoned with 1,000 tap points or less, and it can link with just the 1 card. You can tribute it to choose a monster, and one of your monsters, it can't be destroyed by card effect for the turn. And if a normal summon monster is destroyed by battle, you can just special summon right out of the grave. Platinum Gadget. Link 2 needs to be made with machine monsters. Once per turn, you can special summon a machine monster to one of the arrows it points to. Only downside to this card really is that it can't be linked the turn it's played. Cyber Dragon Seeger. Has to be made with 2 machine monsters, with at least one of them being a Cyber Dragon. It's treated as Cyber Dragon, so you can use it as a fusion material. And then once per turn, it has a quick effect during the battle phase. You can add 2100 attack points onto any monster that already has 2100 or more. I play 2 Galatea. She is Bae. I love her in this deck. You can send any banished machine, even Cyber Dragons, back to the deck to set an Orcust spell or trap card from your deck. Usually you want to grab Babel, but you can also grab Return if you need to draw cards. You can also grab Crescendo if you need that extra negate. She's amazing. Onto the Xyz. I play 2 Cyber Dragon Nova, and yes, I do usually go into both of them. Nova is actually a really good card when you're trying to either push or just keep on extending, because its 3 effects are: you can detach one material to special summon a Cyber Dragon from grave. You have to have previous target. You can banish a Cyber Dragon from field or hand to give him 2100 attack points. And if your opponent happens to send him to the grave from anywhere, as long as he's in your possession, sends him to the grave via card effect, you get to special summon a machine type fusion from your extra deck. A lot of people forget about that, and cards like Nibiru, which is a usual side for this deck, do trigger. I play 1 Infinity. Usually once you get the 1 out, it becomes a big problem for people to get over, and you can get it back with Naxter. I was running 2, but again, I wanted to cut it for other cards. Affinity can, once per turn, choose an attack position monster and attaches a material. He gains 200 attack points for every material added onto him. And once per turn, you can detach a material to negate any card effect your opponent activates and destroy the card. I play one Infinite Track Riverstormer. Infinite Track Riverstormer is one of the big parts of the big combo. It takes 2 level 5 machines to make it. Oh, I'm sorry, 2 level 5 monsters. If he destroys a monster by battle, I believe you attach a material. You attach it to this card as an equip card. Oh no, you attach it as a material. I'm sorry. You can detach one monster from this card to take one Earth monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. And if this card is in the graveyard, you contribute a machine type link monster to special summon it from the grave in defense mode. I play one Dingirsu, the Orcust of the Evening Star. What a name. So Dingirsu is a lot of fun. Dingirsu on summon, you can activate one of 2 effects. You can either send one card on your opponent's side of the field straight to the grave, doesn't target, just sends the card, or you can attach one of your banished machine monsters as a material. So again, it's another way to get your machines back. Its other effect is, if a card you control be destroyed by battle card effect, you can attach one material from this card instead. So that effect doesn't start a chain and it doesn't activate. It's just there, and it just if it happens, it happens. So if they try to kill any of your cards, you can just attach a material to save it. Alright, onto the fusions. I play one Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon. On summon, for every fusion material used to make it, you can pop that many of your opponent's back row. Has to be made with only Cyber Dragon monsters, that's the only downside. And once per turn, you could send up to 2 light machine monsters from your deck to the grave, and he gains that many extra attacks. Good OTK card, good for clearing out back row. I play 2 Chimera Tech Mega Fleet Dragons. While links are still a big thing, he's just still such a good card. Your opponent puts something big in the extra monster zone, you just can summon a core, machine dupe it, get 2 dudes out, contact the core, and then just keep going. It's such a good way to get rid of problem cards, and people hate to see it. I still play one Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. And the last card I play, this is a personal choice, don't judge me, but I play Cyber Dragon. It's really easy to make in this deck. I can make it with Cyberload Fusion during the battle phase if I have Seeger, a Cyber Dragon, and any other Cyber Dragon on the board. And so many people will kill Nova, so they don't have to deal with Infinity. If they do that, getting out a 4K beater is just beautiful. Because now, especially if they Nibiru you, say you have a big boy, they Nibiru you, now they have to deal with the big token plus the 4K beater, and the 4K beater can attack the turn it's summoned. So, yeah. Alright, and that's the extra deck. Now, I'm going to show you guys the side deck that I've been rocking with. It's subject to change, but this is just the cards I like using right now. They've been doing me pretty good. So, here we go. I play one Cyber Eltanin, good for clearing out big boards. When to summon him, you have to banish every light machine monster from your field and grave. Special summon him. He sends all face-up monsters to the grave. Doesn't target, doesn't destroy, just... It's a good out to like spiral boards and stuff like that, especially once you get rid of the Appaloosa. It's just, it wins games. A second Chimera Tech Fortress. I play 3 Cosmic Cyclones. As a person who plays a trap card that wants to get destroyed to get something, I prefer Cosmic Cyclone just because of the fact that it banishes, doesn't destroy. I don't want to accidentally hit Waking the Dragon and get raped by something off of that. A lot of people prefer Twin Twister because it can pop 2, but I like Cosmic Cyclone. I also don't have to discard a card for that because I hate discarding cards. I still play one Red Reboot. There's a lot of trap heavy decks still around there. I actually played against one a couple days ago that I actually was able to block a Solemn Judgment. So he paid 4,000 life points and then had to, not activate trap cards for the rest of the turn. It's really nice. I play 3 Ash Blossoms. I was playing Droll and Lockbird for a while, but as the meta started to shift, Ash Blossom just became a better card. It's good against Shaddolls, it's good against other Cyber players, it's good against Heroes, it's good against Invoked, it's good against... Well, it's okay against Spirals. They can usually play through it, though. It's very, very flexible, as opposed to Droll and Lockbird, which really has less good matchups. I play 3 DD Crow. Of all the cards in my side deck, this is probably the one that I'm sometimes iffy with. It's good against a lot of decks that will rely on their graveyard. I've actually used it against Dinosaurs to slow down them getting out Ultimate Conductor. Hitting a quick fix when you're playing in Spirals. Keeping Cyber Dragons out the grave. Messing with their Orcust plays. Heroes, if they try to use malicious to keep on making links, you could just banish malicious and shut the combo down. Sorry, it's okay, but if there was any card I would take out, it would be DD Crow. And then lastly, I play 3 Nibiru. I took out Nibiru for a while, but that card is bonkers. He had to come back. But anyway, that's the entire deck, guys. I hope you like it. If you have any advice, please feel free to let me know. I would love to hear it. But that's the end of this profile. If you guys are just here for the profile, you can stop now. But I am going to show the big combo for this deck that leads into what I consider my best board. It takes technically 4 cards, but only 3 of them need to be specific. If you open up these 3 cards and any monster, then you have the best possible. You can make the best possible board presence this deck can make. Let's just pick Galaxy Soldier. Sure. All right. Let's be cool. We'll make the last card an Infinite Impermanence. So this is what you do. You start off by summoning a core. Off the core, you want to get Rev System. The cool thing about this combo is that it has a lot of flexibility, because if you can open up a monster search to get you into the pieces you need. You open up the Rev System, now you don't need to search the core. So like if you open up any combination of the cards that I'm about to play, then you'll be okay. Like say you open up the core and the Rev System, now you can get and not the Naxter, you can get a monster search to get the Naxter. The hardest card to get really is these 2. But now after you play the core, you play the Machine Dupe, you grab the 2 Cyber Dragons, and now the Cyber Dragons are going to exceed. You want to exceed into River Stormer. Now, so far this is standard, right? Detach to add a Scrap Recycler. Now we're going to link these guys away for the boy Platinum Gadget. Platinum Gadget lets you special summon the Scrap Recycler. Scrap Recycler is now summoned, so now you want to send Nightmare to Grave. Right? Now, that is the little bit that is the Scrap combo. Now we want to use Naxter. So we're going to discard to special summon Naxter. Naxter's effects, special summon a monster with 2100 attack or defense. We're going to special summon Cyber Dragon. Then, Rev System. Bam. Now, we're going to overlay. Nova's effect, detach. We have previous target with the core from before, so we can special summon Cyber Dragon. Then we want to go right into Infinity. Now we have our negate on board. Next, we got to get rid of this Platinum Gadget. So, we're going to attribute the Platinum Gadget, since it's a Machine Link monster, to bring back the River Stormer. Right. Still got the Impermanent stand. Now, we're going to link Naxter and Recycler, a Machine and a Cyber Dragon, for Seeger. Now things are getting spicy, because now we're done with the Scrap combo and the Cyber Dragon combo. Now we go into the Orcust stuff. We haven't even touched the Orcust stuff yet. So, we're going to get rid of Orcust Nightmare, target it. We'll target the Infinity, and we're going to send Wand. Send Wand, Wand's effects, banish Wand, special Nightmare. Now, we're going to link these 2. Galatea. Galatea's effect to send Wand back to deck. And set Babel. Activate Babel. Overlay into Dingirsu. And now we can set the Infinite Impermanence. Bam. Now, None of these monsters are getting destroyed by battle because Seeger's just going to pump them up. Whichever one you target for battle are going to get pumped up by Seeger. Infinity can negate anything. Dingirsu, you can wait until the card's about to be destroyed by battle or card effect, and then Dingirsu to save it. So that way you can save your Infinity to negate for when they actually force it out. We also have Babel on board, so we can actually use Nightmare to pump up a card to get Symbol into the grave. So if Dingirsu does get sent to the grave or killed, we can bring it back out. Or if say we detach the Galatea, we can actually, on the end phase send Nightmare to get the Galatea back out to use the Galatea's effect to set Orcust Return or the counter trap card. Things like that. Like the field becomes extremely flexible. If I was playing against a deck that sided in Fortress, I could have easily just not played the Cyber Dragon from hand and then absorbed the Cyber Dragon from hand. I could have not detached for the Cyber Dragon and then just used Nova to absorb the Seeger, and now we still have a solid board, but without any contact fuse targets. We could have stopped instead of searching the Babel. If we really felt safe without it, we could have searched the counter trap card and left the Galatea on board, or we could even link the Dingirsu away for another Galatea. Sure, we don't have the trap card, but now we have Dingirsu engraved, so we can use Nightmare and Symbol to summon it as a disruption. Just things like that. But that's my big combo. Again, this is a build that I came up with after practicing with a bunch of other builds. The only reason I didn't run the Scrap Wyvern stuff is because I kept messing it up because there's so many cards that restrict you. Like, once you use Naxter, you can only summon machines that turn. And Wyvern being a dragon, I kept messing it up. So I decided to just go pure machine, so I know, get all my light machine stuff out the way, get all my earth machine stuff out the way, and then go into my dark stuff. But that's the profile, that's the combo. I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys like this video, and I will see you on the next one. Later.